look what I finished. I have finished my Joseph's Coat quilt of many colors. It's a big quilt. Look at that thing. Oh my word. This is a fairly large quilt. In the back, hopefully, oh, my shadows. You can see my shadow, but hopefully I can show you some of the up close of some of the better parts. Because I don't know if that's good or not. It was a bit of a mess, if you remember. I was telling you. But let me just see if I can get out of the shadow. I finished it. I quilted around, as you saw me in the quilting process. I quilted around all of the little funky shapes and the circles. And then I just quilted the border. I put on this pink and white striped border here. My quilting, I was getting fed up, so I just quilted it loosely, echoed that scallop shaped, and I used that white and pink striped binding, I should say, for the binding. It's by no means perfect, but it's sentimental and hold it near and dear to my heart. It took me about, I figured out, it took me about 20 hours in total to quilt this. After I had sandwiched it together, you saw my sandwiching and basting. And as you know, I appliqued that. I just stuck on that white border. And it's a bit rucked up in places because I didn't do it really properly, but it turned out okay. It turned out okay. Not at all how I would make a proper quilt with a border measuring and all, but this was so out of whack, but it's pretty darn square. Yeah, I'm pleased with it. The size of those borders, I just sort of chunked off about a 5-inch piece. Now I have to show you. I'm going to show you inside my because I can't. It's a little bit. My backing is so cool. As you know, I'm so pleased. Let's see if I can do this here. No, I don't think I can. It's all over the place. Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, I'm going to take this inside. By mistake, yeah, I can't do that. By mistake, I actually got the backing correct because it almost reads a solid pink, and the quilting really shows up fantastic. Really, the back of the quilt is fantastic. Actually, maybe what I'll do now, stop this video here, and I'll just turn it around so you can see the backing. Oh, I don't know if that just went off. Yeah, hopefully I'll get it on a bed, and you'll be able to see it all in all of its glory. It's a large quilt, but I just wanted to show you this this fabulous. Let me get my shadow out of the way. The fabulous quilting on the backing. You can really see the quilting on the back of this quilt. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done my Joseph's Coat, my jeans quilt of many colors. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. As I said, I did the binding, the pink and white binding around the edge. So there you go. So hopefully I'll get a few more still pictures of it. So there you go. I finished it. So get your unfinished projects out, folks, and just be determined to finish them. And it's fun. It's nice to see a finished project, a finished product. So thank you for following along. I'll put up some still pictures. All right, bye. Before I take some pictures, I wanted to show you, I'm not bragging, but I just wanted to show you that this backing, which is a large backing, I don't have one single tuck. I don't have one single fold after I pin basted my backing. And if you refer back to, what was it, basting my quilt about, I think part 3 of this video, This is 5 parts, I believe. You could see how I backed it. I sandwiched my backing and how I chose my backing fabric. This is a large, heavy quilt, which almost is easier because the backing, the fabric and the quilt and the binding really, the weight on a table really helps you not to get tucks. There's not one single fold or tuck in my backing, my large backing of my quilt. Just wanted to show you that. So the actual, I work from, when I'm working on a quilt this large, I work from the side, as you saw. I do it from the side over and let the weight of the quilt top and the backing and the batting pull it. I've never used tape. Sometimes I use a clamp on a smaller quilt, but on my table, but pretty much I want to just to show you that not one single tuck on this massive quilt backing. So I'm very proud of that. So here's my quilt on our spare room. I don't have proper, I just put it on, this is a king size bed. It hangs over. This is a large king size bed. Oh, if you guys in England, this is a 6 foot long, 6 foot wide, 6'6" wide bed. I think it's a queen size in England because the queen is bigger than the king, right? But in America, it's a king size bed, one of the largest beds. So this, as you can see, folks, is a very large quilt. I just stuck it on. This was our daughter's bedroom. I just stuck it on her bed. She's no longer here. She's married and lives just about 10 minutes away. But there it is in all its glory on a large bed. Look at my quilt. Man, it's pretty. My bedroom's a bit of a mess right now. So I just thought, and my bedroom's, I have a 4-poster bed, you know, with all the wall hangings. I thought you could see it better on an actual bed with no obstructions. So yeah, so I'm going to get some really pretty white fabric and make some beautiful, I like it in here actually, make some really pretty pillow shams for it, some ruffled shams. I made that, it's faded as anything, but you see that it's just a hunk of fabric. It was a applique quilt, laser cut. All you do is iron the stuff on, and then I stitched it down. And it was real bright stained glass, but it's been up at this window forever, and it's sort of faded. But actually, I was just looking at it right there, right? And it looks like stained glass, and somebody said, oh, this looks like stained glass. It could be. So it looks pretty. Pretty much Malia's room is black and white, but I just stuck it on here. So yeah, so there's my jeans quilt of many colors. Finished, done, and you'll be proud of me, folks. It's on a bed. It's on a bed. Thanks for following along with me on episode 97, Jeans Quilts of Many Colors. Thanks, bye.